The pros and cons of selling on Facebook Marketplace. Stay tuned.
Let me set the scene. We hustle hard, second green, living out the dream. From clothes and kicks, we got that vintage flair. You name it, we got it. All the styles you wanna wear. Started small, now we grow.
So, one of the questions I get asked all the time is how come I do not sell on Facebook Marketplace? So, we're going to answer that in this video. So, stay tuned till the end to hear my number one reason why I don't deal with Facebook Marketplace in that way. But I am going to go through the pros and cons. So if that sounds good, hit that subscribe button and let's get started. So if you're new here, I'm Stephanie with Three Queens Resell. I am a full-time reseller and I sell on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, and Depop. And I have been reselling for the past 6.5 years. I briefly sold on Facebook with, I would say, moderate success, but we didn't make enough sales for me to want to keep up with it, and I found it more of a hassle than it was worth. So that's why we're going to go over the pros and cons of selling on Facebook Marketplace in this video. If you are still watching, I appreciate you so much. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Now, while I am an avid Facebooker, I like to post on Facebook and just see what my friends and family have posted, and I'm in several Facebook groups. I love Facebook as a social media platform, and so when they started allowing people to list things on Facebook Marketplace, maybe 4 years ago, I hopped right on board because I thought it was an excellent opportunity to resell more items across the country. But I'm going to go through some of the pros that I found with doing it, and then we can go over some of the negatives. So first of all, Facebook Marketplace does have a lower fee for selling on their platform. And if you do a local pickup, I don't think there's any fee at all. I've only done a local pickup once. It was for a microwave, and to be honest, I really didn't like people coming to my house, but it went really smoothly, and I did have a lot of interest in the microwave. I listed it for 50. I had 5 or 6 people that were interested in it, so I had like a little order of if it didn't sell, if the person didn't pay, who was next on the list. So if you are selling those big bulky items that would be hard to ship, Facebook Marketplace is amazing for that. Also, there is a huge local audience. I live just outside of Indianapolis, so Indianapolis and surrounding areas, there's, over a couple of 100,000 people that could potentially see that listing and be searching for it. So if you have something, like I said, like a microwave, trampoline, patio furniture, or grill, it would be awesome for that. I just don't sell very many of those things, and so that's why it's not beneficial to me. If you are still watching, I appreciate you so much. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Another benefit is that you can get some quick cash. So like I said, if you have those larger items that you're moving, you want to get rid of, you can get some quick cash because you can require cash payment or Venmo or PayPal. I personally would recommend cash, or PayPal or Venmo, so you're not dealing with cash with the person, but that's completely up to you. And I personally would not meet people at my house. There's also less competition because there's not as many people listing good things on there. I feel like there's a lot of like junk on Facebook Marketplace because there's no like quality control or vetting process. It is easy to list on there, so that is another pro. And like I said, if you have a large item, a couch or something like that, it is a great way to get rid of it quickly and get some cash in your pocket. Uploading photos and things like that, also super easy, just like selling on any other platform. So when we talk about selling clothing on there, I feel like it's a little bit more crowded and that people don't want to pay as much. So I guess I'm starting to transition into the cons of Facebook Marketplace. Flaky buyers. So like I said, I haven't had a lot of experience with this, but when I was cleaning out my dad's house, I had several things listed, and I spent a lot of time answering questions on the items, and very few follow through. A couple of times, people said they were coming. I would go over to my dad's house and wait on them, and they would never come. You're not going to have that issue with like an eBay or a Poshmark, because if they want to buy it, they're going to buy it and it's going to be shipped to them. Um, with my clothing purchases on Poshmark or on Facebook Marketplace, the buyers that have had issues wanted to return. We found it very difficult to deal with any issue, and a lot of times I ended up losing money. There's also limited buyer or seller protection, whereas eBay and Poshmark and the other platforms have lots of things in place. No, not so with Facebook, and that goes back into it's a little harder to make returns on items and get refunds. There's also the risk of being scammed or fraud. So fake buyers, like overpayment scams, the fake payment confirmations, are all issues that I haven't dealt with personally, but I know other resellers that have. It's also time consuming, having if the especially if in the situation of me selling things out of my dad's house, that I wasn't there. I had to go over there, like after haggling back and forth, negotiating, then I'd have to go over there. And then if the person didn't show, was 45 minutes from my house, then if the person didn't show, it was one of those things where I just wasted like 2 hours of my day. So it could be time consuming, the negotiating, also haggling back and forth can slow down sales. You are going to have some of that with Poshmark and eBay, but typically on Poshmark and eBay, if people don't even counter 50%, I decline to start. So, and there's really no option to do that on Facebook. Pickup logistics. So, this is the one thing that I have struggled with. And that is keeping me from selling on Facebook. So, we had cross listed all of our items to Facebook using our list perfectly. And so that was really easy to do. And we did get some sales, but every day I had a request to pick up the item. The person did not want to pay postage. They wanted to pick up the item. They saw my address and they wanted to come to my home and pick it up. So I prefer for strangers not to come to my house, because I have two daughters. I'm here alone, and I just don't want to put myself in a situation where I might have to fight for my life or deal with a crazy stalker. And I felt like it was unsafe. I know people, lots of people do it, they have no problems with it at all. But it was not something that I wanted to deal with. And the number of requests for that just I felt was overwhelming. And the number of sales we were losing because I didn't do local pickups almost didn't make Facebook Marketplace worth it for me. Now, if you're willing to do Facebook Marketplace and let people come to your house and get stuff, it is probably easier for you because you're going to be able to offer things and the buyer not have to pay postage, or the buyer not have to pay postage, and so you'll probably get more sales. So I was losing out on a lot of sales because I was not willing to deal with that. You also have a limited reach on Facebook to only people who are on Facebook. Unlike eBay, where people typically go to eBay to buy things. Not everybody is looking to shop on Facebook. So I don't think the reach is as I know the reach isn't as good as eBay. Um, Also, I keep saying Poshmark, but Facebook is not ideal for low value items. Um, Unless you are going to have them pick them up at your house, because the postage is a little bit more expensive than other platforms. And also, there's inconsistent visibility on Facebook. We're not really sure how the Facebook algorithm works, who sees what, how they see it. And so I know people who are killing it on Facebook, and I'm like, I never had that type of success. So I'm not sure how the visibility and the algorithm works, which does lead to inconsistent sales. And the market saturation in some categories, like furniture, electronics, may not they may not have a lot of competition, but it might also be harder to move those items. With that all being said and done, the thing that kept me away from doing Facebook Marketplace, like I said, was I was not generating the number of sales that I wanted to sell, wanted to make it worth my time, and I felt like I was dealing with more customer service because people really wanted the item. They really kind of harassed me about picking it up or meeting somewhere. And like I said, for safety reasons, I didn't want to do it, and my husband said he was not going to do it. And we both agreed that we did not want people coming to the house because oftentimes the girls are here without an adult. Well, my oldest is an adult, but my youngest one is often here home from school for a few hours, and I didn't want her freaked out with strangers coming to get things off the porch or having to talk to them or try to do a business transaction with my 12-year-old. So, with that all said and done, let me know what you think about reselling on Facebook Marketplace. Have you done it? Have you had success? And what tips can you leave for me or the rest of the channel down in the comments to help us be successful? Or if you're like me, I'm going to stay away. See you in the next one. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, engage with the content, and subscribe if you want more reseller content.
Let me set the scene. We hustle hard, second green, living out the dream. From clothes like kicks.